June 6, 1822 in the United States, specifically in the state of Michigan, a young man named Alexis St. is accidentally shot from a distance of 1 meter. Within 25 minutes, the medical assistant William Beaumont arrives. A surgeon in the American Army finds the man in a very difficult condition with a large part of his side exploded, broken bones and openings in his chest and stomach. His diaphragm torn. He also has a hole in his stomach the size of a hand, which is very large. Despite this, there is almost no hope that he will survive. Beaumont takes him to his home and helps him as best he can, and the surprise, within a few months, Alexis fully recovers and continues to live his life normally. The only problem is that the wound in his stomach did not heal completely. This means that the man will always have a hole in his stomach, which can be seen from the inside. Of course, after hearing this, it is a very unfortunate situation for Martin, but for Beaumont and for medicine, it is a rare and great opportunity to observe the process of digestion in a living human body and to determine whether their theories are correct or not. In fact, Beaumont performs many experiments on him. Due to the coincidence that brought Beaumont and Martin together, today Beaumont is considered one of the founders of modern gastroenterology. After this story, we wonder why scientists are interested in the degree that they can buy a dead human stomach. This is what we will know today. In his book Catching Fire, How Cooking Made Us Human, Richard Wrangham, a PhD from Cambridge University and a professor at Harvard, says that the human digestive system is very unique because it is designed to deal with cooked food. Humans are the only animal that cooks their food, while other animals eat their food raw. The advantage of cooking food before eating it allows humans to do many things that make them able to reproduce more, become smarter, and have more time to build civilization. One may ask, what does cooking have to do with reproduction? In a famous study called the Gastroenterology study done in Germany on 513 people who are called raw foodists, people who eat between 70 to 100% of their food raw, it was found that 50% of them had their menstrual cycle stop completely and 10% had menstrual cycle disorders. It was also noticed that men among them had decreased sexual activity and became impotent. Yes, cooking does help in reproduction. Not only that, if you think about it, humans differ from other animals of the same size in that their digestive system is much smaller. And humans also have small mouths, while the chimpanzee can open his mouth twice as much as a human. We have small jaws, unlike the chimpanzee, which has a large jaw and strong muscles. Our jaw muscles are considered very weak compared to other animals, mammals that have the same weight as a human. Their stomach is 3 times larger than a human's. The human colon is 40% smaller than other animals of the same size, such monkeys. The digestive system in these animals is larger because it is equipped to deal with raw food. Raw food requires more work from the digestive system than cooked food, while humans, the cooked food they eat is partially digested. If you think about it, cooking is really like technology to humans that are used to do part of the digestion outside the body. One of you asked me, what did I benefit as a spectator? I was better if my digestive system was larger so that I had the choice to eat cooked or raw food. Of course, you benefited greatly. The larger your digestive system is, the more energy it consumes. In a medical study in 1995, it was discovered that the small human digestive system provides him with 10% of his energy compared to other animals of the same size. Animals, when they find an energy surplus, they do a trade-off by directing this energy to other important things for them, such as some bird species that have small intestines. They direct the energy surplus to the wing muscles, while other animals direct this increased energy to the brain, such as the elephant nose mormurid fish. You as a human have done the same thing, which gave you a larger brain and made you smarter, and gave you the ability to build the human civilization we see today. The panda still spends 16 hours a day eating. Chimps chew 6 hours a day. But since you cook, You have time to do other things. Talk about philosophy, listen to music, build civilization, and plant trees. But do all people really cook their food? Almost all of them eat cooked food, but not all of them cook. In a study by anthropologists in 1975, about 80% of societies considered cooking to be a woman's task almost exclusively, and the man does not cook at home. Richard Wrangham in his book attempts to understand the topic, claiming that for thousands of years when we were hunters in the forest, cooking was dangerous because we needed to start a fire, and from the fire, smoke rose, and from the smoke, others could know that we were cooking and come to attack us and take the cooked food. Cooking required a distribution of roles, one to cook and one to guard, and the choice was at that primitive era. According to Richard Wrangham, it was appropriate that the woman cooks and the man guard, because he is physically stronger. But as time and centuries passed, we are no longer in the forest, and the man no longer guards, but the woman kept cooking, and the task has been imposed on her. According to Richard Wrangham's theory again, cooking was a central aspect in marriage to the extent that in some primitive societies that still exist today, the woman cooks for the man. This is evidence that they are married. In some tribes in New Guinea, the man can accept that his wife has sexual relations with another man, but he does not accept that she cooks for another man. In the end, cooking may be something very normal for us, something we do every day without thinking, but despite being a simple idea, it is a genius, and only humans can use it. Thank you, cooks. Because of you, there is human civilization. Finally, I have a question for you that I hope you will answer in the comments. Can we say that cooking is the greatest invention in the history of humanity? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you next episode. Thank you.